What's up, guys? It is Brandon from the Two Piece Mandem. Been a long time, but guess what? We're back into it. It's now January. Happy New Year and everything like that. 2025, new settings, new beginnings, and we mean us to go on. All right, so Crystal Palace versus Chelsea at Selhurst Park. This is the preview. And to be honest with you, right now, our last results haven't been great. They haven't been great. The last game, losing against Ipswich, for me, not good enough. Didn't play well at all. Had a few chances. For me, if I'm being honest, we didn't create enough. Um, we know what Ipswich's tactic was to basically go low block and basically hit us on the counter. It worked. Players not taking chances. Things just weren't forming and attacks were just breaking down. It simply wasn't good enough. Palmer went quiet. Um, questionable starter lineup, if I'm being honest. But we move forward, and now we're against Palace. And the thing is that Palace are 15th, right? Haven't been playing well at all. Currently 15th in the league. But it goes to show you in the Premier League, you know, any game isn't easy at all. Like, it just goes to show there's always a tough game in the Premier League. Well, if you're against Southampton, because Southampton will just give you the goals. But other than that, it goes to show you that every single game in the Premier League is a tough game. And to be honest with you right now, probably before the Fulham game, I would say, yeah, I'm confident. But now, I mean, we were going to hit this bad form, let's be honest. As Chelsea fans, we were going to hit a run of bad form. But these games, I'm not having it at all. We should be winning. Let's just be real, right? We should be winning. Fulham, tough game, but we should be winning that. We were 1-0 up, cruise control, didn't take our chances, came back into the game. What else? No, Everton drew that game, dropped points. I remember that wasn't good enough. Fulham dropped points. We were in the lead 1-0, lost that game 2-1. And then coming up against Ipswich away, I don't care, right? They're a newly relegated team. Sorry, newly promoted team. We should be winning that game. We should be winning that game. It was not good enough. And Kunku, not good enough, mate. This is why I'm sorry you don't start in Premier League games. In the Europa Conference League games, you start. Premier League games and make you game bench. This is why. Daisi is a centre back, bro. He is not built for a fullback position. For fullback, you have to be athletic, you have to be slim, you have to be running up and down them flanks. Because when you get counted on, you have to be able to recover back quickly. That's why you got people like Carl Walker that's able to do it. Players like Trent Alexander-Arnold that's able to do it. Players like Reece James that can do it. Even players like Timber that can do it. Do you know what I'm saying? Players like Idogi, Robertson. You know, Disasi can't do that, right? He cannot do that. His recovery time down the flank is not good enough. He's not built for it. Him attacking as a fullback isn't good enough. He's overlapping, not good enough, right? He is not a good right back. For me, it's not January transfer window. We need to get another right back. Because I know we've had this debate if we should move Reece James on. We have to move him on. We have to move Reece James on, ladies and gentlemen. Because when he comes back from an injury 2 games later or 2 days later, he gets another hamstring injury. Even if you play him for half an hour or even 20 minutes into a game trying to ease him back, injury. Like, we need to move on. I love Reece James, yeah. I love him, right? I love him to bits. But, ladies and gentlemen, we need to get a right back that's just there, that will not keep constantly getting injured. Because if we keep Reece James there and we keep Gusto as the second right back, he will get injured and then we have to play Disasi at right back. And let's be honest, he's awful at right back. Let's just be real. All right? So we need to sign a centre back. We need to sign a fullback in the January transfer window. I have to be honest with you, right? Cole Palmer has been going lost. He's been going ghost in these couple of games. I know people, the media hype him up and everything like that. Don't get me wrong, 20 plus goals, constant goal contributions. But let's just be honest with you, right? When he needs to turn up, he needs to turn up. In these type of games, when it's against Ipswich, really, he shouldn't have to turn up, if I'm being honest. Like, the players should turn up themselves, if anything. Like, it just wasn't good enough, if I'm being real. Very predictable. Not creating enough clear-cut chances. I know they played a lower block, but that doesn't matter. It's Ipswich Town. just Chelsea Football Club. There is enough there to break that team down. It simply wasn't good enough. Tosin, for me, he had a poor game as well. It just wasn't good enough that game. Cucurella played all right. For me, the starting lineup was questionable. João Felix, I think because he got criticism in the last game for not putting him on or starting him. Listen, start Sancho on the left, start Neto on the right, and then you bring in Nani Madueke, and then if something's not happening, then you bring in João Felix, in my opinion. I think João Felix is better in the cam, to be honest. If it wasn't working for me, what I would personally do is put João Felix at cam and put Palmer on the right, if I'm being honest, and then leave Sancho on the left. That's what I would personally do. And start Jackson for this, because I know it's Ipswich Town and everything like that, but you can't disrespect them like that. I remember when in the Carabao Cup, we tried to play our second team against Newcastle and we lost 3-0. Yeah, it don't work like that, mate. So for me, starting lineup has to be better. Crystal Palace, on the other hand, they've got some good players. They've got Mateta. They've got Eze. They have a lot of good players. They've got Mark Hughes. Listen, Kamada. They're not going to be an easy team to break down, and they're going to play a low block. Selhurst Park, for me, I remember, listen, when Roy Hodgson was in charge, listen, it's not an easy place to go to. I know last season we won there 3-1, but listen, they'll play a low block. They'll be frustrating. It's not going to be as easy as it should be. Let's just be honest with you, right? It's going to be a tough game. The lineup for me for this game, I'll play Jorgensen. Because for me, Sanchez, I'm sorry, we need a new goalkeeper as well. I know Sanchez didn't play that last game. The Jorgensen, there's not really much he could do about that. Let's just be honest with you, right? For me, that penalty, was it really a pen? For me, it was a soft one. I don't even think it was a penalty. I'll be real. It was a very soft penalty, but VAR, so they're going to give it. Let's just be honest. VAR is not good enough. The person behind VAR isn't good enough at all. Let's just be real, all right? So, for me, it wasn't a penalty. I put Jorgensen in goal. Right back, Gusto. Two two centre-backs. Has to be Levi Colwell and Tosin. I was thinking, should I play Badiashile or Tosin? But Badiashile also makes mistakes more often than Tosin does, so I don't have to put Tosin there. Then left back, Cucurella. Two CDMs for me, Caicedo and Enzo. I don't know if there's an injury with Lavia or something like that. I have to double check that. Yeah, I kind of liked it when Caicedo played at right back and then you had Lavia and Enzo at centre mid, because Enzo going forward is just a lot better, I think. I think when you put Enzo further up in the attack, I think he just plays a lot better and he gets himself goals and he makes runs into the box. I don't know, I think we're more ruthless and attacking and aggressive when we do that. So that's what I would do. At left wing, for me, Jadon Sancho at left wing. Like I said, he causes problems, whether he plays that final pass. He needs to shoot more for me. I think he needs to be more selfish, take a man on, take it, cut in, shoot, and if you're not going to do that, go to the bar line and cross it in. So that's what I would do. At cam for me, it has to be Cole Palmer. The last few games he hasn't really performed. So for me, he has to really step it up. Because, mate, if you're not stepping it up in these last few games, then I gotta be real. There's questions of you gonna have to be benched. I'll be honest, because I am a big Cole Palmer fan. Don't get me wrong, but these last few games he has not stepped it up, and he needs to step it up. He needs to play better, in my opinion. I think when we do have the ball and we are in possession of the ball, he needs to stay more on the right-hand side. When you put him on the left, he's ineffective. He's too ineffective on the left. You have to put him on the right for him to really do something. All right, so I put him on the right-hand side, like in the middle, right centre, if that makes sense, inside right. Then right wing for me, Neto. Nani Madueke, he's all right, but I just think Neto just plays a better final pass. He takes his players on more often than I think Nani really does. And the crossing, I think he just crosses better. And he cuts in on his left and shoots. So I just think he's just a little bit better, in my opinion. Then up top for me has to be Jackson. Fair enough, you missed his chance against Palace in that last, not Palace, against Ipswich in that last game. Offside, but you shouldn't be missing that. He has to score that. But for me, he links up play better than Nkunku does. I think it's because Nkunku doesn't play with the players such as Palmer, Noni, and Sancho, and everything like that. the connection and link up play isn't really there. Whereas with Jackson, I think Jackson just does more off the ball as well as a whole striker, as an in and out striker. So yeah, that would be my formation. Um, my prediction for that game, I'm gonna go with, or because we haven't been on great form, I think it's gonna be a tight one because confidence is gonna be low. I'm gonna say 2-1 Chelsea. I still think we'll concede a goal because our defense isn't there yet, and our goalkeeper is not at the quality that it needs to. And this is why Maresca has been saying to every single person out there, and the media, and in the press conferences, and the pundits, that we are not in a title race. And there you go, it goes to show you, right? We're fourth. We are fourth. We drop points. Arsenal are above us. Nottingham Forest are ahead of us as well. We need to step it up, right? I know we're aiming for top 4 in the trophy, but mate, Newcastle are 5th. They're behind us, mate. So we need to win these games because they're on a run of form. They're on form now. So we have to win these games, bud. Yeah, I'm not taking no draw because a draw is basically a loss. Let's just be real, right? Draw is not good enough. We definitely can't lose this game. We need to get back on the horse. We need to start winning games. All right, 2-1 Chelsea. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. Don't forget to click the subscribe button as well. More videos are going to be coming out until the end of the season. And so will the international break games as well. So yeah, see you guys in a bit. And peace.